Hey, everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z.
And today, well, I don't know what day we were looking at. We're doing crowdsurfing.
Yes, we are today doing that, yeah.
That's true.
That's
now.
today? Let's do it.
Welcome, welcome. We want to say thanks to some of our Kickstarter backers, since it makes sense on the crowdsurfing episode. I want to say thank you to Ryan Canoopole, to Joshua Bach, Matt Decker, Stephanie and Brad Brusso, Strategos Games, Judy Bikus, and Tommy Miller. Thank you, everybody.
Nice. Thank you, folks.
You.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You nailed all those names.
What do you mean we, mammal? Tom nailed them all, okay?
I said he, I said you.
You said we.
Did I say we?
No, I think he said you. I heard you.
You know what?
I heard you too. Say we.
We did good.
Tom, you did very well.
We did good, buddy.
We get started.
We did good, buddy.
Before we get started, this show is also sponsored by BackerKit. We take a look at different projects. Here's one if you want to get into RPGs.
And I do.
Today we're taking a look at Bramble Trek. So if you are someone who wants to get into RPGs, this RPG from Cross Paths Press might be the one for you, because you'll notice here the thing says a GM list, a game master list. You can play this by yourself. You need no game master. You need no dice. What this is you can see here, you're a mouse and you have like a legacy that you're going to pick, and it's a solo RPG where you're kind of journaling what happens each day. Now you might wonder, how does this work without dice? That's because you have a deck of cards. So it comes with a rule book here. And I did mention it's a solo RPG, but you can play multiple people together, kind of working together, and it shows you how it works. You're going to draw these cards to see what's going to happen. And then the color of the cards is going to change things. You'll have abilities that will happen to show what happens on these events. You'll check your prompts here. You'll try to do things to overcome the odds, draw some tactics. There's combat, and you notice everything here. You're going to write down, keep track of the cards that you draw, and then you write your journal entry at the end of the day. So the artwork here is really cute. These are the 4 different characters. They're called legacies that you can play. So, you know, one has a magic. There's a warrior. This person has a giant flute, and then an archer. And you craft these and play this. It's kind of a very cute exploration RPG that is easy for people to get into. So that is Bramble Trek. Check it out on BackerKit.
Adorable little miceys.
So cute.
Welcome to a very special episode of Crowdsurfing. And I say that because,
Why?
I don't know, there wasn't a lot that grabbed me this week.
Okay, I was excited.
That's why it's very special.
Very special.
I don't know, I felt like saying that. Here we go.
You know what, man?
Oh, wow.
You do you, boo.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, let's jump into, I don't know what's going on today. Let's jump into your own tabletop convention you can go to. I just realized now says AcadeCon. I read ArcadeCon.
I did too till this moment.
Oh.
Oh, you guys
I did until you read
I need
it to
this
me,
size
yeah.
monitor, by the way.
I read AcadeCon.
What is
Did
an
you?
Acade? What's Acade?
I don't know. Acadia is
the
where
guys-
they do this in that area of the country, maybe?
The guy's name is Cade that puts it
No,
on,
I thought
I
it was
think.
in Dayton.
It is in Dayton, Ohio. This is an RPG con for the most part, but I put it in here because when I was looking at some pictures, I looked at like past pictures from 2022.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw some board games. Yeah, there's crosswords
Oh.
and
Dune.
other games that people got.
Killers.
Cool.
And there's like a big
Oh.
pile of Marvel United.
Nice.
I like that.
So anywho,
Yeah, but this one is like very RPG-centric, isn't it?
sure,
Yeah.
but you know what? If I
It's
lived in
RPG
Dayton, I would
Academy.
probably go.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go wrestle with that dragon.
Wrestle. You can take him.
Moving on.
It's a cartoon.
Oh,
It's
yes,
like-
before we go to this next one.
Oh,
too late.
spoiler.
It's too late.
He's not gonna live.
I'm sorry if I meant to say, if looking at body parts it makes you squeamish, then turn off your monitor for a few minutes here. While we
Turn
go
it
to the
off
next
like
one.
60
It's not
seconds
that
ago.
bad.
Yeah, going backwards. It's not. It's super
You
cartoony.
saw it, unfortunately. Yeah, that first shocking moment, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
That's it. That's kind of gross, but that's it.
Like this, this here though, this like body of evidence logo type thing does not match the way the game looks.
No, it does not.
Yeah, the game's about you, like, oh, gosh. Okay.
I told you.
That
it was-
really bothers. Wow, it bothers me that it's so cartoony. Actually.
You want
No,
to
no,
be
it doesn't
Actually,
bother
anatomy
me.
and
It's
stuff.
just
Oh.
I'm
like,
feeling cool. I'm feeling cool right now. I'm just saying.
You want to be
I just
more
don't
Everything
like
flies over in the
the-
same way.
I'm fine with it. I don't like showing it. I wouldn't want to show it, broadcast it. But
I really, really enjoy it.
Interesting.
I'm just kidding.
I also
I'm fine.
seems weird that the whole thing is about like the way this case works. The whodunit of it is you by doing dissecting the body. It's
Yeah.
I have no interest in
weird.
that.
I have a
That's
lot
gross.
of interest. I love this. I love this idea. It's solving a case from like the science behind it. I mean, it's not forensic anthropology, but that kind of world is what can a body tell you? And the suspects come into the second act and that kind of stuff. But no, I think this is very, very cool.
I'm glad
Very cool.
that there are people who do this. I did not even entertain.
Oh my gosh, and to pull back the layers and
Oh.
to see and to find
Like, I don't even want to be a
I-
doctor. That's the same thing. Doctors help people, but this is. You gotta.
I don't know,
I'm
I-
not super squeamish, but I also am not like wanting to see it.
I had a job at doing one of these, like, we had to do toe tags. They come in middle of the night at Nashville. I did it because I thought I could study. I lasted a week.
Yeah.
I was like, I just couldn't
For
be
me-
around.
for
It
me,
was in my
it's-
mind. The whole thing was in my mind. I
Oh,
was like,
really? For me, it'd be the smell. I don't think I could ever, I know you get used to it and stuff, but I don't think I could. But no, I think this is super cool.
for me it'd be the screams.
Oh, lie while you're doing this.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
it's supposed to be.
Void, the cooperative card game. So this is another one where you're trying to get home, and I say that because there's a decent amount of cooperative games about keeping your spaceship around or whatever
Yeah.
it might be.
But the way this plays is interesting. Couldn't
Isn't it?
figure
Tell me
out.
about it.
Could not figure out how it plays. I
that's-
went through quite a bit. And the whole thing is the guy is trying to create this open source system to where he's like, hey, print your own factions and all that.
I think that
So-
was my main takeaway. Is like I think the idea of what he's doing is unique. The open source. He has this game that he's clearly passionate about and kind of gives you the framework to build your own. But there's no indication, like you said, of how it plays.
Right.
I couldn't get to that other than a lot of the lore, which is exciting and cool. But I needed a little bit more to really understand what was happening here.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm going to continue my warnings here for people. If you have a problem with seeing Kickstarters that you've already seen 100 times before, you might want to turn your monitor off for the next minute.
Go,
Hey,
gross.
look, it's
Oh, go to the next one.
Oh,
Oh.
I will say that Alhambra big box, if you like Alhambra at all, that's a good one. You want to get on that?
That's true. No, actually, I like Shogun.
Shogun's very good
I like
too.
Alhambra.
Kingdom Builder, whatever. It's just, I don't know. These have all been on Kickstarter for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing new here. I'm a
So
little
I don't
confused by
know
this.
if they can just recombine which ones are being offered, and that technically counts as a new one.
But there has to be something new, right? I mean, is
I
there?
don't know. I think so.
I don't. Maybe this Alhambra's second edition plus limited designers edition is like a new version, maybe.
I think I don't know. I
Have
have
they-
one of these big boxes.
So they already
I
have a big
honestly
box.
can't keep track of which one it is anymore. It's the Alhambra Big Box Designers Edition because it has all the expansions and then a few new expansions from guest designers. Some famous, some not as famous. That's the idea. It's got like 72 expansions in the box. It's awesome. I love it. It's like my favorite Queen thing I have. But yeah, it's been offered. This is just a reprint, I think.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
really
know.
sure what's new here.
Anyway, those are good. I like that. I would recommend it. These are cool too.
Mike, they've upgraded plastic baggies.
They have upgraded
Kickstarter.
plastic baggies. New Kickstarter. There you go.
I noticed I didn't put in my review of the upgrade components for Shogun because half of them I was like, half of them are decent. The other half are like, just keep the base game stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Some of them are just
Really?
not that good.
Wow.
They're all little plastic bits and bobs, though, right?
Some of them, I would.
Oh wow. Okay.
So-
Well.
The quote is like ... are good.
Yeah.
Like when you look here, I like the little buildings. I think I like the coins. Some of the acrylic stuff doesn't work as well as tokens. Sometimes acrylic stuff's fantastic.
Yeah.
Acrylic standees are great. Acrylic tokens are not always great because sometimes they're harder to see on the board.
Sure. I don't like throwing meeples down the tower as opposed to cubes. I just want cubes
I don't know why that bothers you so much.
because cubes are
Fun?
have a specific shape that's going to bounce
But these
in
are
a specific way.
square meeples. They're like cube meeples. They're cupels.
They are.
No, they really are like this, almost the same size as a cube.
They have arms and legs, though, right?
Yeah, but they're really tiny.
I don't know. I guess I like the cubic nature of the little, the cubes that you throw them in there and they're meant to bounce around and some come out and some get stuck. Mm-hmm. So when it has a shape, that messes with my logical mind as to this isn't behaving inside this tower the way I expect it to.
Well, keep
Does that
this in
just,
mind.
add
We
to the
will.
intrigue, though.
I hate intrigue.
We will be doing this actually this year probably as for Catch-A-Palooza. We'll play Shogun or
Shogun?
Wallenstein.
Ooh.
Yes,
Shogun.
let's go. I'm going to betray everybody.
All right, before we jump to our next Kickstarter, we got a quick note from Mr. Mark.
Screwed.
This spotlight is brought to you by Meeple Master. Can you build a magical theme park with the best rides? Together, you and your fellow players will build the greatest theme park ever. During the first phase of the game, you'll be building the park layout with roads and tracks, and each player will earn money for their contributions to the park. With the money earned, you can now buy and build your own rides and facilities. To build and operate rides, though, you will need to hire employees. And depending on your game setup, a total of either 12 or 16 rides can be built. When 4 rides are built, the park will open, and then you can start to visit rides. Victory points will be your key to winning the game and are gained in several ways: by building rides, visiting rides, building matching facilities within a ride area, completed areas, employees, connected train stations, action cards, and money. The first player to visit all the rides will bring the game to an end, and the player with the most victory points will win the game. For more information, please check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
It does.
All right, Sammich time. Do you like when people say Sammich? Like,
No.
No.
not like that aren't 4.
No, I meant no.
Give me
Even
a
4.
sandwich.
I'm like, sandwich? Sandwich? No.
I don't mind
Actually,
saying sandwich.
I don't think any
going to
kids
slap
say.
you.
I think it's more of an adult
I
acting
love
like
a
a
good
kid.
sandwich.
I think that's what it is, right? It's
Yeah.
not. It's not that it's a kid thing. It's an adult going, "Me want sandwich."
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
you
think
learn
any
grammar.
kid.
Or like, right, yeah, or they're like a
Me
doggy
wants
or a kitty
sandwich.
cat. I'm like, or be a grown adult.
You're not
Here's an
getting part of
idea.
my sandwich.
Okay, that being the case,
Sandwich
that being the
yourself.
case, we will point out here that these kids are. This is being run by kids.
Yes.
I'm just
This is
telling you,
two
kids, if you're
children,
watching
two
this,
siblings, yes.
if
Yeah.
you're watching this, say sandwich. That's all I'm saying.
I just really want to say sandwich right now.
Is it a regional thing? Like, is there a region
Yes.
where they call them Sammys?
Preschool.
No, there is a
Like, I
place.
wonder.
You're right. There's someone who calls them Sammys. Who does do that?
I'm
Oh,
wondering if-
Sammy's. Right?
What? Are you just repeating what we say?
Yeah, but there is somewhere that's
He's trying to sound like he's in the
No,
conversation.
Yeah, I'm in
but
the
no.
I'm here.
See, I'm just quiet.
Anyway, this if you want to
Earl
back these
Sandwich.
kids in their project, I think this is better than running a lemonade stand. Honestly, it's more interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, for the crown.
This really threw me for a loop because I thought it was that previous game called For
They're
the
already
Crown.
again. This is kind of
There's a game called
Hey,
this.
look up and see if your game already exists.
Exists, right.
Yeah, you're right. Is existing. I'll tell you what. This is a great thumbnail because it makes the game look super colorful because you put those borders around the cards and everything.
Yeah.
It looks less engaging when you look at them close up.
The colors never ease up.
I don't hate the art
don't
though.
hate
The art's
either.
fine.
I do.
I don't like the gameplay either.
You don't like that art?
I don't.
Really?
Remember that part about being quiet?
Yes.
I miss those days.
You like that artwork?
Look at that bear.
a little
That looks
anime.
like the
They're
ultimate
wearing the same
artwork that
clothes.
got
That's my favorite part of that
rejected
bear.
From the T-shirt people.
They're wearing-
No,
You
this
know,
is
it's that
fine.
same
It's like
artwork.
a.
What is that called?
The
T-turtle.
turtle.
Oh, it does
It
look
looks
like that a lot.
T-turtle,
Yeah.
but like a pale imitation of T-turtle. Like the artwork that someone
Yeah.
submitted and they were like, no.
Hope you're
thanks.
happy. I think you've ruined it for me.
I actually thought the artwork looked like when I was a kid. There was these kids through the Bible cartoon series.
It does. Yes.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Lethal
does.
Poison makes me think of that for sure.
I'm like that's Moses right there.
That
Anyhow,
is-
I don't know. I don't dislike this.
I don't
Also,
either.
I like that it's very clear. It's not difficult to understand what's going on at
It's
all.
so easy to
Graphic
read.
design, I will say, I liked that it's a picture and a power, and that's it. There's not a bunch of symbols and cost and this and that. It's very, very streamlined and
And then it shows the
easy.
guy eating blood.
and there's a print and play. What? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
More Terraforming Mars. Now, this one kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
First that it's making this much money.
This is doing. Oh my god.
That's insane.
I thought Terraforming Mars was done. They made the
thought
big
so, too.
box. Then they moved on to Ares Project and now Terraforming Mars Dice Game, which we're reviewing this week.
Yeah.
And then, so they had Prelude 2. And even then I'm like, okay, there's more Prelude, although I hate the 2 Prelude 2. It's just such a weird title. And then 7 neoprene board mats. Now, come on. I'm a big fan of play mats. I think it's great. Are you going to keep a stack of 7 of them around to play Terraforming Mars on?
I'm not. I wouldn't personally be, but I'm also not keeping Terraforming Mars, to be fair. Is this mostly because it's solo? The Automa is what's selling this?
I don't know what. Okay, I know Prelude 2.
And Prelude 2,
That's
I
more
think.
stuff, right? But
Prelude 2, yeah.
Prelude's like a box like this small. This
Right.
looks like the same size. The new milestone and awards, that's more stuff. Then there's a whole solo expansion. You can already play the game solo.
Right.
Oh, really? Okay.
This is just a way to play against like a human opponent.
Oh, okay.
Like a
it's like a better.
It behaves better.
Automa.
Yeah.
Okay.
The neoprene mat packs. I mean, again, I'm okay with getting a couple neoprene mats. I have some for Terraforming Mars. I just don't want 9 of them.
It's a lot.
Mounted maps.
Yeah.
Okay. New rules. Solo. I think it's the solo mainly, right?
I believe they just, if I looked at the unlocks, I believe they just unlocked a newer, bigger box. But I might
they?
be wrong about
Man, I'd be upset
that.
if I had that big box.
Wow.
There's the paper expansion outpost.
This is exhausting to me. I did not make it this far down, but I just find it honestly
Oh,
like no
that's
joke.
all the new stuff right there. No,
It seems
that's
exhausting to me. Nothing is more daunting than having all this stuff and being like, oh, let me open this game up and let me set up Terraforming Mars with all of this in the box. I find myself in lately, the more expansions and the more random stuff that's in the box, the less likely I am to crack it open and actually start pulling pieces out of there and sorting and preparing for, playing 3 hours from now. Woo! It looks like a lot.
yeah, I agree.
But it's making a ridiculous amount of money.
It is
Yeah,
making
that's
a lot.
insane.
1.7 million?
Oh, there
Wow.
it is.
Yeah, this is their latest update. I saw this. So the bigger box, there's new cardboard version. I think I'd rather, even though I like playmats better, if I'm going to have a bunch of boards, I think I'd rather them be boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
Interesting.
easier to store. But
I think for me, someone who hasn't played.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, what did you see?
I'm laughing because it's a big box extension.
Oh,
I don't think
my.
I've seen this
weird.
before.
So you have box lift, and they know it. They're
Take
like, you
your
know
big
what?
box and make it bigger. How do they do that? There's an outer ring that extends the artwork. Oh, but then they're making a standalone. And then there's a Terraforming Mars Maps box. Oh, wow. Okay, well, you're not going to see this in the Dice Tower. We just have Terraforming Mars Big Box, and even that isn't getting pulled out a lot, because even that's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it works. It has almost 15,000 backers.
I'd be interested to see a
And I like
Prelude, too.
Terraforming Mars. I might just get the Prelude 2. More Prelude stuff's good by me.
If it's-
Also, they might put the Prelude 2 stuff in the app, so that works.
If it speeds it up even more, I don't know how it could, but I like Prelude.
Prelude's in the app. Did you know that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They added Prelude to the app. That makes me happy. That's all I want to do. Is my favorite way to play Terraforming Mars is base Terraforming Mars
And Colonies?
with Prelude.
And Prelude?
And Colonies is fine. I don't dislike Colonies, but just base game.
I agree. I like.
All right. Tantrum House. I like Tantrum House. One of these days I'm going to go to one of their conventions.
Yeah.
Tantrum House, they're another media group. They're a big media group. Look at all those people. And if you want to support them, and they got some extra stuff you can get, some promos. Look, there's an Unconscious Mind promo with a die falling on the meeples. That's a cool looking picture.
It is a really neat one. I like that one.
And yeah,
Harvest already. Ooh.
Junk Drawer. Hey, there's a lot of
Disney
promos.
Sorcerer's Arena.
Check them out.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Dark Domains, 2nd edition. This
Yeah.
one was a little surprised to me because I didn't know that Dark Domains was popular enough to sustain a 2nd edition.
Is this one you've played?
I don't believe I played Dark Domains. We had the box for a while.
It sounds familiar to me, but I know I haven't played it, and I don't think anybody else has played it. I thought maybe you, but you haven't played it.
I haven't, no.
Joey, she just started getting into gaming, so definitely not.
we didn't invite him. We were going to play it that one time. We didn't invite him.
I thought Dark Domains was a game salute
That's
game.
really dark.
Maybe
Thought so too. Oh, no, maybe that's another
Look
game
at
that
that.
just sounds like
Can't
it.
see it, right?
You can't see it at all. That's rough.
Wait, this is from Laboratory H. That's Jeff and Carla Horger. They did, the Horgers did the racing game, the drafting formula.
Well, the NASCAR game?
Yeah, what's that one
Yeah.
called? That GMT did. What else did they do? Let's look.
GMT's racing game?
No, Dark Domains. Okay, so they did Dark Domains. Did we get Dark Domains? We must have gotten it. I don't think we ever played
I've
it.
seen that before. I just don't know if I've seen it online or here.
Okay,
I
well,
don't think I've ever seen it, so it was either before me or online.
well, you're never going to see it now because there's a second edition coming. So why would you bother playing the first?
I agree.
don't
The
worry about
first doesn't exist. In fact, folks, if you ever bought a first edition of anything and the company comes out with a second edition,
Yep, here it comes.
your first edition does not work anymore. I hate to break it to you,
It's trash.
but you should throw it in the trash immediately.
Okay, well, after that public announcement, from a consumer standpoint, though,
Yeah.
I never, if the second edition exists, I don't want the first, unless there's like a huge group of people say, "Oh, the first is better," and I'm not talking about the fanboys.
What people? Yeah.
Those people.
Well, like Twilight Imperium,
Yeah.
if you play it now, you play 4th edition. Mm-hmm. You don't play 3rd, you don't play 2nd, and no one's playing 1st.
I guess first is the best.
Yeah, you never even played.
I think it also depends on if you're playing it enough to warrant upgrading, updating it.
But then I
you
worry about
know?
like Betrayal. I've got the second, didn't like the artwork in the third, but now the new expansion only works with the third, I guess.
That's the
And
worst
that's
when
the
they
problem.
get
You
you that
know?
way.
And I'm like, well, now I have to get
But are
it.
you playing it enough to where it warrants getting the expansion? Like, is
Right.
it really going to matter?
Well, I will say about this game, it looks pretty busy to me. It looks like it's got a lot going on in it. I found this page and the game a little impenetrable. Just from kind of looking at the
This-
page and going, okay, cool, second edition. There was one weird, like, why second edition? There was one piece of writing where they talk about, why a second edition? They're like, well, honestly, we forgot to include something. Here, the truth is we missed a fairly game-altering rule in the first edition about moving monsters onto dark buildings. And once we figured we'd make that one change, why not keep making changes? That's basically what it says.
All right.
I'm like,
So they
wait,
kinda
are
say
you
they're-
admitting that you missed a big rule in the first edition? Like you knew that was meant to go in there, but you forgot? Doesn't that read that way?
It does, and it kind of goes back to what you were just saying about like, oh, and you said it in jest, but like, oh, your first edition is trash. They're kind of saying, I mean, kind of kudos for honesty, but
Hey, it says here, though, does this make the first edition obsolete? No, it does not.
No, shut up, nerds, but also buy the second one.
Oh, I'm going to try the second one. All right. Barrage, New Lands. Now, this one has 4,600 backers here. So, Barrage, very popular game from Cranio. And there's some expansions for it now. So, you can steal water from people from their dams
Language.
and other maps.
It's really interesting in the video. The guy talks about Barrage being a big hit for them,
Yeah.
how much they've sold, and he actually says how many copies they've sold.
Did he say?
Yeah, he says, he
Too
said
many.
it was very specific numbers. So it's like he said, we've sold more than 58,000 copies. I'm like, okay, so like about 58,000 copies,
58,003.
which is a nice number.
Yeah.
That's great.
Especially for
For a big, heavy Euro game,
It is a big, heavy
58,000?
game.
That's great.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
is.
not, Jamie Stegmaier numbers, but that's good.
And I feel like this is one that has a following too. It's not just out of the gate everything sells and then no one talks about it. Like this
Yes.
is one with a very strong following that I think in some game groups hits the table regularly.
Yeah.
Well, this is weird. So, you can add on
You can add on things.
stuff for their other games. Like the Rats of Wistar, which isn't even out yet.
No, that's an Essen
Yeah. Also,
release.
is anyone noticing how those look like Mickey Mouse ears?
Oh, they're going to get sued.
Well, they're doing it to all of them.
They do it to all.
That's not.
That's fair.
That's
Okay,
just a
all right.
coincidence.
Yeah, suddenly somebody just got sued.
Gollum.
Hidden
Lorenzo
Mickeys. Ooh,
They got some
Lorenzo.
pretty strong hitters here.
They do.
and they're like
Lorenzo?
other games. These are not the strong hitters. You know.
What is it? Murder Party Pocket?
Although I do like that Masters of Renaissance game. What else
Ooh,
we got?
is that Mystery House? I did like Mystery House. I think I'm the only one.
It had such potential. The expansions are almost unplayable.
Oh, don't tell me that. I'm about to play them.
Okay.
Well, good luck. You're not going to be able to.
And T-shirts, they have a lot of stuff you can get on this page. That's for sure. I'm actually surprised that there's a ton of backers, but the total amount is not particularly high.
People might just be getting little bits and pieces for games they
I'm
like.
okay
Those
with
little
that.
add-on things, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I like this. The Siege. Play beer pong like a sir.
Best sentence is the next one,
This
though.
was very strange.
Come
I would
on.
not recommend playing this video.
Game based
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a
yeah.
modern trebuchet design. Go back and go read that. That will
really
help your children learn physics, and it's a fun drinking game.
I love that they give the whole spectrum here. They go into how you can play, but you can also play with your kids or your grandma. And it's just like, wait, hold on.
That whole
What?
video
Like,
takes you on a journey.
Straight up, the guy came up with a trebuchet. He invented this, and he was like, "Who can I sell this to?" And the other guy was like, "Yes." You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can make it a drinking game. Teach kids about physics. Wake up grandma when she's sleeping too much. Like, literally, this will do anything you want.
This is
In
what.
the video, he talks about other ways to
Oh,
use
I know. The video is
Like-
such a journey.
it. Wow, I
like
mean, it's
it's-
unbelievable.
Are you interested in this? You like shooting at stuff?
Absolutely. Yes.
I-
No, I totally want one
Yeah,
of these.
this I really
I hope
want
it comes
this.
unbuilt. I hope I get to build
Okay, I
it.
was just
I'm
about
not
to
with
say,
you on
if you have
that.
to build it, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think this is so cool. I mean, I've also built like catapults and stuff. That's something me and my brothers used to do when we were young and whatever. We would stay up at night and like
watermelon.
design out, trebuchet or a catapult or different kind of stuff like that, and then spend our weekend building it and shooting it at each other. It was great times.
Yeah, this does look good, though. Just, man. Yeah.
It's cool.
It's always fascinating how those things even work. And the fact it actually shoots. I'm like, I don't know how it knows to release. It's physics.
If you built it, you'd know.
No, I'm not going to build it. I'm going to play with it a lot. And then you get to move it, a little like string that you see how far you get to go closer.
Yeah, yeah.
You see that?
It's really cool. I think
Yeah.
this is a ton of fun. I would, yes. I think
All
it
right.
looks cool
We
too.
can
Just
still
like
do early
flipping it on
bird.
your little calyx or on your shelf. I think it's
They
have
do
early
sell
cool
these
look.
things not without the game part. They sell these like kits.
But they have an
that you
early
can buy
bird
and kind of put them
God,
together.
I'm
for
always
8
look
people.
at them.
And there's less than 8 in the office. So I'm thinking that kind of works out. We all get a trebuchet.
Lumberjack games. Now, I got to give these guys credit.
This is great.
They will not give up on the Flapjacks and Sasquatches game. They're like, we're going to keep doing this till the end of days.
Oh, yeah.
Have you played this?
Flapjacks and Sasquatches?
There's an old game called that, right? It's their old game.
It's not the one that you reviewed that one time. That's a different one.
No. You're thinking of something very different. Yeah.
But we're thinking of the same game. The Lumberjack one. No, the one that we're thinking of is not this, though.
No, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking of this Flapjacks and Sasquatches. I've never played it.
I thought I played I can't remember if I played that one. I have not played the dice game.
That's Yahtzee. It seems like really close to Yahtzee.
It is very close to Yahtzee. It's also very close to Zombie Dice.
Right.
You roll. You have 2 re-rolls like Yahtzee. You're trying
2
to...
re-rolls. That's more than some games.
Yeah, some games give you 1 re-roll. Okay?
Yeah. This is twice as many.
Yeah, absolutely. You know?
I like the art a lot, by the way.
Yeah. This one's locked. You can't even get that one until you get certain backers. That third game.
You'll
Right,
never
yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Wait, what's
social one.
434 adjusted backers? What does that mean?
Maybe adjusted, but if you order 2, it makes...
Let me go up and look at the number
Is
of
it-
backers. There's 300.
So somebody might be ordering 2. Like a
That might
double
be
set.
it. How many copies are being purchased?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm learning so much today.
That's
okay.
not a thing you
But
need
they have
to know.
rockets, too. Yeah.
I do. I like the theme a lot,
I do,
actually.
too.
Well,
I'd
we'll see.
play it. If it seems easy, simple.
Hoplomachus. Jumping
of
here
simple.
to Game Found. Pandora's box expansions and base game reprints. So Hoplomachus, the game from Chip Theory, Chip Theory is now big time. When they first came out, Hoplomachus was not as popular.
True. That was their
Oh,
first
interesting.
game.
They were in a 10 by
I
10
didn't realize
booth
that.
next to the Dice Tower.
That's right. We had to... Well, what happened? We ended up having a line of people that was kind of like in front
Going
of their
through
booth.
their
We're like,
booth.
Oh.
sorry, guys.
And if
sorry."
we were next to them today, the line of people going to their booth would be coming through ours.
That
Yeah.
is true.
So the moral of the story is be next to the Dice Tower booth, you'll make it big later on.
That's what I heard.
Either that or make games that can be played underwater. Anyhow, this is a 2-player, well, I assume this one's 2-player war game. If you've never seen it, your units are poker chips, but their hits are also poker chips. You have big stacks of chips, and as you take hits, the ones underneath go away.
Right. They're all about the poker chips.
Yes, I recently played Too Many Bones, and it does that same thing. I thought it would bother me, but it didn't. I really liked that. Rather than having like counters or dice that you're pipping up and pipping down with health, I really liked that, just stacking the poker chips up. I thought it was really functional as well as just visually. A lot of health, little health, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, because you see a small stack, you're like low on health. It's really easy to tell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played the new versions of this. The original version, Hoplomachus, I thought was fine. But we're getting close to almost a decade away from that. So I need to play one of the newer ones. I think Mike, I don't know what Mike said about Hoplomachus. Mike's a big fan of chip theory.
Yeah.
But I think these games are not as complex as their other stuff is. Like Too Many Bones is not, complex is maybe a strong word, but it's convoluted, I think is a better word. There's so much going on. Like you have a whole, like your player, you turn it over and it's like, here's all your special abilities. And you're like, whoa.
Right. It's
Once you learn it, it's simple.
Right.
Okay.
It's there's a lot to it. A lot of keyword soup,
Ooh, I love
extreme
keyword soup.
asymmetry,
delicious.
things like that.
Ooh, I've not seen this. I like that.
Are those little boats?
They're boats with poker chips in them.
Oh, and the people jump out, and then they have their own health. Hello.
Watch that. Watch it happen again.
Watch.
You have to get out. Boom, boom.
Yep.
They jumped out of the boat.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. All right.
Oh, man. And the game does this on its own on your table.
Colossal Cat in a Box. Now,
Here we go.
I'll eat a little crow on this one. When I first heard about this, I thought it was a really stupid idea. Because I thought, who was asking for this? But this is a company that makes giant games of everything. But the Colossal Cat in a Box is actually only the size of Ticket to Ride.
Okay, it's not that big.
So it's,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's within
Yeah,
its
that's
own.
perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
No, but
No.
here's the thing. So
No.
the cards are the same size, but these pieces are big. No, I would get it.
No.
Well, I like this. I don't care about the cat.
Is there a reason it's better being bigger?
Can you see it from further around the table?
As an older person,
Okay.
yeah.
Those are cute, though.
No.
I like that. That
Oh,
board is
that's-
bigger in the middle now. The other one, I think after you play this, you would go to the other one and be like, oh, it's so small and dingy. You
Yeah,
like
to
Cat in
see
the
it's
Box,
like-
right?
I did.
You did? What's changed?
It's now colossal.
You don't have to play the Colossal one. This doesn't make yours. Wait, oh, no, you already said that it does.
Does what?
It does.
You already said a new edition makes the old one obsolete.
Obsolete.
No, the old
It's
one is
gone.
obsolete
It's
now.
trash.
There's a
I don't
picture.
know. I think that's ridiculous. Cat in the Box is fine the size it was, man. It does not need to be the size of Ticket to Ride. I'm sorry. It's a deck of cards and a few tokens. Just because now every token is the size of my entire thumb does not make it better. I don't know. It seems a little weird. Whatever, but if you're a big fan or you want to have one that, again, you can play with Grandma and she has no problem seeing everything, sure. The whole cat thing, though, massive gimmick. Selling all these plushy
Well, guess what?
cats.
But
Tis working.
yes.
Tis.
Yeah.
I said it too many times today. I've said it too many times, yes.
Tis.
All right, 2,700 backers, 182,000. And I got to say, I went into this, when I first heard about it, I went over to their booth. I was going to, just poo-poo at it. But I once I saw it in person, I was like, yeah, you know what? I do want it that size.
Oh, you saw one there and you were like, oh, this is cool.
I do like it that size. I think those cards in the middle not being cards is a big deal. It's a board now that you're putting stuff on. It could probably be Carcassonne size box,
Yeah.
and I'd be happier. But I also love this size box, so
I want there to be a micro cat in the box.
please
yeah,
don't
real
give them an
estate is
idea.
so prime.
Please don't give them an idea.
Tiny
Micro
epic cat in the box.
Also, where is the crossover with Werewolf? How come we don't have that yet?
What is wrong with you?
It's the
Stop
same
saying
universe.
this stuff. It's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna happen, okay?
Cat in the Box Legacy.
All right. Those are all the games, folks. Let's jump to some non-gaming stuff. I need some good non-gaming stuff. Please send them to me at tom@dicetower.com.
Ooh, got some good stuff now, right?
Titanium Elegance Power Panda Space One watch.
It's a lot to say.
Yes.
You like
Yeah.
this?
I do like it. Check out the animation
Really?
of how it goes. Like, there's further down. Go down. Go down. Yes.
Yeah, for some reason this bored me. I made it right here and I was like, next project.
What?
That 8 is upside down, by the way.
Okay, I had one of these watches that shows
I
like in
love
binary,
it.
Really?
but it's hard to read.
That's my
to read, you
thinking.
big
It
nerd.
just seems like super
It's 8:30,
gimmicky.
9:30, 10:30, 11:30. I mean,
It just seemed gimmicky. I don't know. I didn't care for this.
I like it. I
How
like
much
it. It's
is
pretty
it?
cool. It's $500
About
bucks.
$500 too much.
Oh, you could buy that Shatner space watch for that.
Nobody wants that.
Come on, you didn't show the Shatner space watch. That's
I'm
the best
telling you,
watch.
I once I was telling my kids about like Rolex, and they were looking at them, and they said, "What else does it do besides tell time?"
I
said,
know.
Oh my gosh.
I said nothing, and they're like,
Nothing.
"But then
tells,
why would you
but
pay that
why?
much? Why would you not buy an Apple Watch?" I was like, I don't actually know the answer to that question. And I do.
Anymore,
It's
yeah.
prestige, but
It tells
Yeah.
time and it tells stature.
Yeah. Yep.
you gonna get one of these?
No, absolutely not. I have an Apple Watch.
If it's at 30, I'm like, yes, 11:30, that works. But when it's like 11:42, I'll be like,
Just looks unfinished.
I'm
I think
sorry, I'm
that's what
still.
it comes down to. It looks like that's what it is. It's too
It's like-
raw or something. Yeah.
like-
It's pretty out there. I don't know if I would actually get that watch.
Ooh,
but
at night,
Like, I
I might
really-
like it.
I was gonna say the glow in the dark stuff looks awesome.
I think if it didn't show the other side, but like,
That's true.
I think
Why are the
that's-
ones that are not there lit up?
because they're lit up because you can't unlight them.
But why can't you hide the ones that aren't on?
Right,
there?
yeah, it
Just
should
tape
have something
put a
else.
piece of tape on that half of the
yes, I
watch.
want to spend $500 to tape half the watch. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I used to love watches, but I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
I've always worn a watch, is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
and that's kind of a weird one. But yeah, the Apple Watches kind of spoil you now.
Yeah.
I can't see myself going back to like another normal.
Because you can
watch
change the
one.
face to that.
That's the thing,
something
like, I
that.
have
Yeah,
a
you can
really-
do whatever you want.
Yeah, I have a really good expensive watch, and like I don't know what to do with it now. And it's like I don't want to get rid of it because I really like this watch. Like it was a celebratory gift I got myself at one point, And
Right.
it's like but I also haven't worn it in about 10 years because I've had an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, FoldiBox series for anyone and anywhere with infinite possibilities.
They are infinite.
I really like this.
This is pretty good.
Like Tupperware that can, and I know that's a brand, but something like that can then lay flat for storage. If these magnets are strong enough to actually hold it up, but I guess you have the framework of the top to help with it. But I love that for Tupperware that you can then just put in your cabinet, and it's going to go to like a fifth of the space. That's fantastic.
My
I'm
only
actually
concern with
tempted by
that
buying
is-
this.
My only concern with that is the same thing that happens now, is we try to conserve space, so we put all the bins in each other and stuff, and then I'm finding the lid. I always have about five more lids or less
Always.
lids than containers, and then you fill a container and look for that specific lid, and it's missing. I don't know. It's one of the more frustrating things. I've threatened to go home and throw every container out and go out and buy 30 new containers that are all the same size.
That's the best way to find the lids, by the way.
I know, right?
So see, I guess
Also, it's a good way to end in a marital fight. So I was told not to do that.
I guess mine are like pretty organized, so I've never had that problem. But
Oh, the bag on this
But
is
yeah.
great, by the way.
I think this is really cool. I like this a lot.
I agree. This looks
Goes-
good. Hopefully those magnets are strong enough where you don't run into like a problem
Right.
eating and
How much
get
are they?
busted.
And it does go in the microwave too, right? It goes in the microwave
Yeah.
and the dishwasher. So I don't really know what it's.
I don't know much
like-
about magnets, but I wouldn't put a magnet in the
I know, so
microwave,
I'm not
but-
sure how
That's
that works.
fine.
But,
If it's in case, it's okay.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I think I'm
You think they're $26 worth though?
each.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There was a
Each?
No.
line.
I thought.
that
I mean,
she
at
hit.
least two for
Two for
26.
46.
That's
No.
the real question is, does it come in a colossal version? Mr. Millstream's
Wait.
right on the money there.
Let's see if the price goes down if you get three.
I want
63. Now they're down
What?
to $21 each. Hang on, we'll get
Keep
cheaper.
going, keep going.
Wait, we could do it like group. They're down
Oh.
to 20 if you buy 6.
Oh, that like breaks my heart.
We're getting closer.
Well, hang on. Once we
Oh,
get,
that
what
breaks
if
my
we get to
heart.
10?
You just, everybody on
Mike
chat.
says, I use the upgraded Queen baggies to store my food.
Oh,
12 for
Gosh.
216.
This is like
They're now under $20.
most heartbreaking
They're
thing
getting
of the day.
cheaper. We can do a group deal.
Yeah, let's do a group buy.
yes.
We all get plates.
I
Everybody gets Magna plates.
No, we should
I
get
like
these to
that.
the office, and I'll keep them at my house.
don't know if I like that.
I'm a team player like that.
You do feel like that. Okay, let's continue on.
I think he meant the opposite of what he's saying.
I agree.
Let's talk knit sweaters.
Let's do it.
This is doing
What?
pretty well.
Why?
Why is it doing well? Because they're attractive knit sweaters.
Are they?
And you know what?
Oh.
This is proving my point. I'm telling you this.
80s.
Every Christmas, everyone's like, I'm wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. But if everyone wears them, everyone says, I like your ugly Christmas sweater. It's not ugly anymore. They're cool. And these are cool, and I would wear them. And since I said I would wear them, yeah, they're ugly.
Yeah, that's the one.
I like the little alien one.
I
That's
do
pretty
too.
cute. Look at that.
That's a good one.
I hate
Yeah.
everything about all of these.
Why?
What?
What about, go
I-
back up.
You
Go
don't
back
like
up.
Christmas sweaters
Stranger
either?
Things one?
Go back up.
What's that one?
What about that one?
It's pretty.
I would not make fun of somebody if they wore that one.
Why
But you would make fun of them if they wore one of the other ones.
Probably not out loud. Society tells me not to.
What about that one? It's got a nice 80s vibe
It does.
to it.
Yes.
It's got a real Stranger
really
Things
does.
It
vibe.
does.
That's like,
You come in like,
We're
hey!
not
what up? This is
80s.
You wear a
rad.
Nintendo Power Glove on one hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And a
I
hot
hate
pocket
these
in the
so
other.
much.
Yeah.
I
hate,
like these a
What's
lot.
on,
Shape
what's
of
on
that.
that one? What are the little lines across on that one? Are those fish?
They're fish
think
and then
it's fish.
deboned fish.
I
No,
love it.
are they?
I love it.
That's
That makes
great.
me think Christmas.
The trees are there for them.
We had different Christmases.
That one with the... Oh,
Oh, there's more?
Hold
Oh,
up.
you stopped short.
I love shrimp.
Oh.
The only animal I like more than shrimp? Burro.
Well, just wait. No.
Oh.
What else we got? That's it. Okay. How
Oh.
much are these?
How much for
Are
that
they more
shrimp?
or less than the,
The shrimp sweater. How much
Tupperware?
for the shrimp sweater?
60
bucks.
$60?
You could buy like 3 of those little folding bowls for that.
I could.
I agree.
I would.
Wait,
What do you want?
two
3
for
plates
10.
or a sweater?
Okay, they come
3
back
for
down.
160. 4 for 220.
Oh,
210.
That's
Down
not
to
even a
50.
new podcast, by the
I'm
way.
thinking
3
about it.
plates or a sweater.
For 50, you get all 5. For 250.
I'm okay with that.
13 people are going to have
Yeah, it's
all
50
5 of these sweaters.
Still $50 a sweater. And they're probably
You
going to
don't spend
shrink.
I
$50
was
for a
super
sweater?
confused by this project.
No.
What do you mean? It's sweater.
I bought
I
a sweater
understand. I
like...
just don't
No, I
understand
haven't
why.
either.
I bought a sweater since I moved to Florida.
No.
But, all right. Would you like to print your own beehive?
I would not.
I thought this was fun.
I thought this is neat.
This
Yeah,
is great. This
this
is
is
for
cool.
a good cause.
Yes.
Joe is supposed to batarangs.
Why do you make
What do you do with
one?
batarangs?
Well, they don't sting you for one.
Neither does the 3D printed beehive.
That's why that guy's wearing a super protected. This is cool though. For people
Yeah.
who want to get into beekeeping.
I love that. The fact
Yeah.
that they're 3D printing. I mean, again, I think 3D printing can be very revolutionary if you have something to channel it into. And
that
this
is true.
one of those things. This is wonderful. I want to use my 3D printer to do something interesting, not just print garbage.
Or batarangs.
Or batarangs. Well, I think the cool thing about it is it shows that crossover of the hobbies. Like if I think 3D printing, I think board game adjacent, but it just kind of shows the scope of it that no, it's not. You know,
I think
it
be
really,
adjacent.
But it really just shows like how accessible it is with all these different things. I mean, yeah, I can be a beekeeper. That's really, really neat.
That's pretty cool.
I think being a beekeeper would be great, but I would want to have no kids and no pets. But
Oh, my dog got into a wasp nest one time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's bad. You got to keep pets.
I'd be a wasp
Pets.
keeper.
Nobody keeps wasps.
Nobody keeps
Joey.
wasps. I
all
know.
right. Bad break. Oh, this one got canceled.
Cancel. Or I think it was unsuccessful.
it was a matter of time.
actually.
Unsuccessful. You don't want
I
one of these?
wonder why.
I don't know. Wait, they had a
Yeah.
picture of him. Scroll down. I think he has a picture somewhere of him on the side. No, he didn't even put it in the main one. You got to scroll to where. Yeah, there. That was like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, but we also, you can get Monster Frisbees, Goops. This is definitely preying upon nostalgia.
Yes, I vaguely remember these. Were these a thing that?
I don't
I wasn't
have
allowed to
recollection of
own?
them.
It just looks like kind of a nasty, what is that called, Tom? The disgusting kids, the garbage pail kids.
Yeah.
It has that
Yeah.
vibe to it.
Now, there was these I don't remember Frisbees, but remember the
I
balls.
remember the balls. That's what I'm saying.
They had these faces on them.
remember
They
that.
were like monster ball.
Right.
Someone in chat, tell me what they were called. They looked just like these, but they were a ball, and you could buy them.
I only know the commercials were awesome. They showed me always in the fog and sitting there in the yard. I'm like, yeah, this looks. I want those. And you don't have any fog at home. Very rarely.
There's a project, though, for Fogger. You can get that.
And these,
Yeah.
I beat my back in.
You can back both.
That's
You can get the full set of goops.
I actually like these. I think these
Really?
look good. Yeah, I'd get one.
Mad Balls is what they were called.
there's 3.
Yes, Mad Balls. That's right.
Oh, hey, everyone.
I think it's
Everyone.
right. People are
Everyone.
saying that there were
Everyone.
so many, Violent Frog says, so many gross out toys back then. And that's true.
There were. That was.
That's
Yeah.
a big thing.
It was.
the nasty, snotty, what have you, gross,
All
goopy stuff, you know.
Yep.
There's 3 things to do with these. You can, throw it, hold it up to your face.
That's a mask.
And then there's like third one. I don't know what it was.
Flip it upside down, you got a plate.
I don't remember what I thought it was just having.
You never eaten that for Frisbee?
I have.
I have. Baked beans at a Frisbee. At a picnic.
Okay, I have done that. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's a church picnic thing.
It exists.
It is.
Alrighty. I think it's a cool project, but also I'm not
Oh,
gonna
here they
That
are.
is throw, scare, collect. That was the third.
There
You can
we go.
collect it.
Third one.
Yeah.
Collect. Unlike other things.
Please do that one.
Throw, scare, collect. Okay.
Alright, let's jump to our picks of the week. Does anyone have one they would like to share?
Oh, gosh. Go through them again. I don't know.
Alright. We have the convention. We have the body of evidence. We have
cool.
Void. We have the Queen games. With Sammich.
Sandwich.
The
For the
Crown.
crown.
For the Crown, yeah. Terraforming Mars. Tantrum House. The Laboratory, Dark Domain,
Domains.
2nd edition. Barrage. I'll stop here. This is mine.
Barrage.
Yeah!
You going Barrage?
All right.
That is Tom Dassel's
Okay.
pick of the week.
Oh.
It was almost a Colossal Cat in a hat. Cat in a box.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought that would be yours.
Well, I really like Barrage too. I haven't played Barrage in a while. I need to get back into this crunchy game. But I actually like all those extra little doodads for other games. I think that's fun. It's like buying promos, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have the Siege. We have the
Sasquatch.
Lumberjacks,
Squatchy.
Hoplomachus, and Colossal Cat in a Box. You can pick nothing. It's your choice. We can always have a week where you pick nothing.
I'm gonna go with the Tantrum House. I like them. I think it's interesting, some of the cool promos they're doing in here, and I mean ultimately I want them to succeed here. So I think I'm gonna go with that one.
That's
I think
right.
it's-
If you haven't watched them, go watch them. They're nice people.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that
Yeah, I like
they're
them a lot.
they're offering the roll and rights as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's something
it helps.
unique that they're offering here. I
Yeah,
think that was
yeah.
really, really cool. So yeah.
I'm going to go with Cat in the Box. I was looking at For the Crown.
It's
I
not
do
Cat in
like
the Box, it's
Colossal Cat in the Box.
Colossal.
I was looking at the For the Crown because that was nice. But this one, I do like the idea of being able to see it from further away. I don't know why.
I'm with you, man.
Why?
It's just
You're
like
not going to
this-
be gaming anywhere but
it-
at the table.
Is it because you play with a lot of people? I have no interest in playing this game, but like, is it because you play with a lot of people and so it increases the legibility?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a high player count game.
It is,
No,
well,
it's not
no,
really.
we
Okay.
just. I don't like to sit very close to people. But no, it's.
That's a
I don't know
lie.
why. It's.
That's a
You
lie.
are all about.
Thanks, buddy.
You
What?
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
are very much
wait,
about invading
wait,
personal
oh.
space.
Okay, my pick is going to be to never see that again. No, my pick is going to be
the Crown.
Alhambra. I'm going to pick the Queen one just because Alhambra big box 2.0
Really?
with the designer's extra.
You know they're going to have this up on their website tomorrow.
That's all right. I love Alhambra. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and the big
Ah.
box is really cool. I have one. I don't know if it's this one because it's mega confusing. You can quote me on that.
I don't think they will.
But I really, really like the game, and having this big box is a big box. It has everything. There's so many expansions in there. That's fun, man. So yeah, if you really enjoy that game and you want all that craziness, that's a good one.
I saw it being played at the retreat. I'd like to play that.
Really?
Yeah.
You never played it? It's very light. It's like Ticket to Ride kind of
Really?
depth. Carcassonne. Ticket
but
to
I
Well,
can
let's take
add-
a while.
I can
Let's take a
throw
while to play
I
that
haven't
one
played it
then.
either.
We're going to play with all 40 expansions.
It's like 72.
Really?
Yeah.
Eek. Alrighty, well that's
Wow.
it. Thank you for everyone for watching. Also, as many people pointed out in chat, today's Z's birthday.
Thank you, everybody in the chat for wishing me a happy birthday. Appreciate it.
You know what? That will break the tie for you.
There you go.
Y'all don't even know what we're talking about. I just won a tremendous game, and the tie just got broken in my favor.
Chris has to do it, or else he's a jerk.
That's true.
That's right. Yeah.
He has. It's for your birthday.
For birthday.
Let a tear slide down your cheek. Be like, what else did you get me? Joey got you popcorn.
I did. It was really good.
Extra salt.
It was-
Oh,
no,
it was
Joey,
rough.
no.
It was.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you did, but that popcorn, that salt needed some popcorn on it.
It was bad.
Ugh.
Alrighty, thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Board Game Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
We'll see you next time.